English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Welcome, welcome.
Yes.
Yes, it is Travel Tuesday, and we are in Patagonia. And there are many things to see in Patagonia, which it's interesting because a certain place is famous for one thing. But this place is known for many things.
Oh.
And also, another thing that you should know is that the weather changes at the drop of a hat.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
So these temperature fluctuations or changes are very severe.
Yes.
Okay. So if something happens at the drop of a hat, what is it doing?
It is happening very quickly, changing almost without warning. You never know. In the case of weather, it's going to rain, then it's going to snow, then it's going to be sunny, then it's going to be windy, then it's going to be sleeting. It's just all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's very unpredictable. And so they're going to be staying in El Chalten, and they're going to stay there for 4 days. So they're going to go hiking, and, they're going to run into some bad weather. But, yeah. I mean, I really would like to go to Patagonia. I don't know if I want to go trekking for 4 days.
I don't think so. It's a long time.
I mean, I do maybe one day, but not for 4 days.
4 days?
Yeah. In fact, I had someone that I'm close to. She asked me, oh, do you want to go to Italy? And we're doing a trek in the Dolomites, And how many days? Like 10 days. And I said, no, thank you.
It's a long time.
No, thank you.
Are you going to be able to brush your teeth for 10 days?
Well, sure. They stop in between, but still.
That's it. Yeah, it's a very, very... difficult thing to do, yeah.
All right. What is this expression, it goes without saying?
It goes without saying.
Yeah.
Means that it's kind of obvious. Everyone kind of knows. You're going to say it, but you don't actually need to say it.
Yes, yes. And to drop someone off?
I hear this in Korean, drop off, or drop. When you take your kid, for example, to school and you drop them off, it's when you're going to leave someone or something at a place and continue on to somewhere else.
Okay, very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our travel dialogue.
We'll stay in El Chalten for 4 days. We can get in at least 3 hikes and still have a bad weather day.
I've noticed how the weather can change at the drop of a hat.
It goes without saying that we should hike the Mount Fitzroy Trail tomorrow, since it should be sunny.
That place is a photographer's dream, with its glacier-covered peaks and its blue lake.
The bus drops us off at the trailhead at 6:30 a.m., so we have to go to bed early.
Oh, dear. We need to hit the sack ASAP.
Please turn to page 104. You can find our power dialogue there. Let's begin. Paul says, we'll stay at El Chalten for 4 days. We can get in at least 3 hikes and still have a bad weather day. Okay, so they are going hiking for 3 days. And he says that they can still have a bad weather day. So what Paul is saying, well, even if the weather gets bad one day, at least we will have 3 good hiking days.
Yeah, that's true. You don't know if it's going to rain.
Yeah.
And maybe a little rain is okay, but if it's like a flood...
Oh, my goodness.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, that's right. And what does Madison say?
I've noticed how the weather can change at the drop of a hat.
Okay. So the weather changes at the drop of a hat. So the weather is very... 변덕스러워.
Yeah, capricious, we might say.
Fickle.
Yeah,
yes.
Fickle. Big words. Fickle, F-I-C-K-L-E. Where it just changes with little warning, no warning, quite often. And I would say that the weather changing at the drop of the hat, it would have to be within 1 day.
Probably.
Right?
Yes, I agree.
So it's like the morning it was bright and sunny, and then all of a sudden at lunchtime it was raining. and then it got windy and cold.
Yeah.
Like, it can't be over a week.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a very short amount of time.
Yeah. So I feel like this often happens when you go to sort of tropical places. Like there's like a thunder shower and then it's like completely sunny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I went to Scotland and that happened.
Really?
Yeah, every day it rained. But it didn't rain all day. Morning was fine, and then about 2 in the afternoon.
Really? In the afternoon it rains?
And then 4 o'clock, it was back to sunny again.
It was.
It was the weirdest type of weather.
Okay. Is there anything else where something we can use this expression at the drop of a hat?
Let's say you're pregnant. You know, you're 10 months, depending on how you calculate it. You know the baby is coming.
Yeah.
You have to be prepared to go to the hospital at the drop of a hat.
Good example.
The baby just, bang, it's going to come. You have to, have
Be
your
ready.
bag. You have to have all of your phone numbers.
Yeah.
So that you can leave at the drop of a hat.
Okay, very good. Paul says, it goes without saying that we should hike the Mount Fitzroy Trail tomorrow since it should be sunny. Okay, it goes without saying.
Obviously.
Clearly.
I don't even need to say anything. Well, of course you're thinking the same thing I'm saying.
Yeah. So, of course, we have to go hiking at Mount Fitz since it should be sunny.
Yes.
We know for sure that the weather is good, so obviously we have to go hiking. All right. It goes without saying. So anytime you make a statement and it's so clear, I don't even need to say it.
But I'm going to say it.
Yeah. Okay. What does Madison say?
That place is a photographer's dream with its glacier-covered peaks and its blue lake.
Okay. So that place is Momo, dream with. That's our pattern today.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
So this is the place that it's so wonderful. It's almost like it's heaven. You can do everything that you would want to do there. So if you're a photographer going to this place, you would say, oh, I can take a picture of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I can take a picture of this.
Yeah.
That place is a photographer's dream.
Yes. So you can really put, instead of photographer, you can say maybe a chef's dream, a kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That kitchen is a chef's dream.
It has every appliance.
Yeah.
Every utensil that you would possibly need to make anything you'd ever want.
Yes, that's right. Okay, so Paul says the bus drops us off at the trailhead at 6:30 a.m., so we have to go to bed early. So the bus drops us off at the trailhead. So if the bus drops us off?
So to drop off is to leave someone or something at a place and then leave. So much like you drop off your kids at school,
right.
This bus is going to take the hikers to the trailhead and then say, okay, I'll see you later.
Okay. All right. Trailhead.
Yes.
What is that?
So trail, I think we know. It's the road or path often used for hiking. Head here, we want to think of like the start, the beginning.
Yeah.
So the beginning of the trail.
Okay. All right. This just reminds me, we have to leave, the bus drops us off at 6:30 a.m. So, just reminds me of a Grand Canyon trip.
Oh, yeah?
A long, long, long time ago. But of course it was a tour package. Because, in America you have to drive a lot.
And the Grand Canyon is in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, that's right. So I took like one of those tour packages with my cousin who was visiting from Korea. And we had to get up at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh.
Yeah, to go see the sunrise.
At the...
I was like, I said, I am never doing this again. This is not a vacation.
So they dropped you off. The opposite of drop off is a pickup. When did they pick you up?
Well, they picked us up at 4:30, and I think they dropped us off at around like 5 or 5:30 in the morning.
Ah.
Yeah. It was not pleasant. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, but, you know.
Oh, come on. One time.
Yeah. All right. So Madison says, oh, dear, we need to hit the sack ASAP. So this means we got to go to bed right now.
Hit the sack is to go to bed. ASAP or ASAP. You can say both. Just means as soon as possible.
All right. Let's go ahead and listen to that dialogue one more time.
We'll stay in El Chalten for 4 days. We can get in at least 3 hikes and still have a bad weather day.
I've noticed how the weather can change at the drop of a hat.
It goes without saying that we should hike the Mount Fitzroy Trail tomorrow, since it should be sunny.
That place is a photographer's dream, with its glacier-covered peaks and its blue lake.
The bus drops us off at the trailhead at 6:30 a.m., so we have to go to bed early.
Oh, dear. We need to hit the sack ASAP.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 106 and 107. If you do something at the drop of a hat, it means you do it immediately. There's no hesitation. You just do it. Would you be interested in going to Hong Kong next week?
You know I'm always ready to travel at the drop of a hat.
Right. To travel at the drop of the hat means when you have the opportunity, you will take it, no question asked.
Yep. As soon as you hear about it, I'm going.
Yeah. That's if you don't have a full-time job.
Yeah. I don't know. I have some friends. If you call them or message them and say, hey, you want to hang out?
Yeah.
Want to go get a drink? Want to go get some food?
Yeah.
They will come at the drop of a hat.
Really?
And I need 3 to 5 business days to make any type of appointment.
That is so funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, those social butterflies.
Yeah.
You know, people who like, you know, getting together socially. Yeah, of course.
They'll be like, hey, you want to hang out on Sunday? And I was like, why are you asking me on Friday?
Yeah.
It's too late. My weekend is already planned.
You need to give me a week notice.
I need a week notice.
All right. Lisa cancels plans at the drop of a hat whenever her boss calls. So if you cancel plans at the drop of a hat, it's, you know, it could be that you're a flake, meaning that you like to back out of plans.
Yeah.
But it could be that your job requires you to cancel social plans.
Yes.
At the drop of a hat.
Or maybe you're a doctor. You know, doctors are on call.
Yes.
And like they can go out and do things, but they have their beeper. And if it beep, 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 if it comes up, they have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
At the drop of a hat.
Yeah. I don't know. I could never be a doctor.
No.
Never.
No.
Ever. Okay. So it goes without saying means that it is so obvious we don't need to even say it. Okay. Do you really think I need to go to university?
It goes without saying that education is important for success. Although,
these days.
I mean, education is important. University education? We've talked about this, I think, before. You need education, but I think sometimes not everyone needs to go to university.
Well, I think more and more, Cameron, the image that we had about, you know, even up until your generation, university education was absolutely like, what? If you don't go?
Yeah.
It would be just so shameful.
Yeah.
But now I feel like there are other jobs that young people can get into.
Well, I mean, now sometimes in the U.S., you make more money as like an electrician or a plumber or a carpenter than someone who went to university.
That is true.
And those are still skilled jobs that require training and education.
Yeah.
But it's not a university education, right?
Right. So it's, you know, to become a skilled professional, you know, manual labor, sometimes that might actually be better.
Yeah. Whatever it is, just train hard.
Yeah.
Learn a lot.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It goes without saying that you should respect your elders.
It should be.
It should be, but I feel like these days, less and less kids respect their elders.
It's true.
It really is true.
Yeah. It should go without saying. Yeah.
Okay. Drop someone off.
This means you are taking them to a place. So maybe you can drop someone off at school. You can drop them off at work. You're taking them to that place, and then you are leaving.
Okay. All right. Can you drop me off at the airport tomorrow morning?
I'm sorry, I can't. I have an early meeting.
Yeah. I tell you, dropping someone off at the airport or picking someone up at the airport, that's a very big ask.
Yeah.
Big favor.
Yeah, especially in the U.S., at least with the Incheon, there are several ways, like you could take the railway that's there.
True.
There are buses that are there.
Limousine buses.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., oftentimes you do have to take a car.
That is true.
And those airports are really far away.
Far away, yeah. And so it would be almost impossible to take a taxi, too, because it would be so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you do actually need someone to drop you off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He dropped his kids off at school before heading to work.
Very commonly used this way. It doesn't have to be people, though. You could drop off, I don't know, clothes at the cleaners. Maybe you have some dry cleaning you need to get done.
How about drop off an order?
Yeah, like a flower order.
Yeah.
You know how in certain holidays you get flowers?
Yeah.
So the florist makes it, and then we'll take it to the place of work or even to the house.
Yeah.
They drop off the order.
Okay, very good. And one last thing, Cameron. I know that you drop your dog off at the dog sitter.
Oh, yeah, the dog daycare.
The dog daycare.
Yeah, I do. So they actually have a pick-up and drop-off service.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
On some days.
Oh, good.
So they'll come to my house. That is what we call a godsend. As if God sent help so that I do not have to send to Simba.
Okay, can I just say something?
What?
You know, my mother lives with me, and she goes to a senior center every day. And you know what's so amazing? They pick up and drop her off right at the door.
Oh, nice.
Isn't that nice?
That is very convenient.
It's very convenient.
And I'm sure they have like a really good car.
Oh, yeah.
The proper things
Absolutely.
to get her in and out.
Yeah. All right. Power pattern. That place is someone's dream with. Okay. So that place is a bird watcher's dream with all the trees and ponds nearby. So that means there are a lot of birds that bird watcher can see.
Yes. That place is a surfer's dream with the big waves and wide beaches.
Okay. Yeah, because they've got big waves and they can get some real good surfing in there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, vocab trailhead. Do check out the definition on page 108. And please stop by
Audio Ohakdang
for a very small fee. You can listen to Power English again and again. And also, if you're interested in an evening special, you can do that as well. See you later at 6 p.m. live. Bye-bye.
Bye.